Yeah! How we doing, folks and soaks and slobs and all manner of foul person? That's right, folks. Welcome to episode 1434 of How You Been with Brett the Mott. I, of course, am your fearless leader, Brett the Mott, here with another episode that's going to be full of hot fire, folks. I mean, we're talking... This episode's huge. You know why? Two reasons. One, last week I promised I'd play you Outside by Stained in its entirety, and I plan on following through on this promise. And reason number two, very excited to talk to, honestly, one of the most interesting people I've ever met, Gemini Swift. Honestly, I ain't talked to Gemini in a minute, so excited to check in with her. And we're really excited for that, folks. It's going to be a huge show. Huge. I did, unfortunately, after much bullying from a certain litigious podcast host, I did, unfortunately, acquiesce to the man, and I will no longer be doing funny nicknames, at least until the suit is settled, folks. Who'd have thought? Who'd ever thought that a guy like me would end up in court with a guy like him? He who shall not be named. We all know. We all know. If you're an original soak, you know who we're talking about. Folks, let me go ahead and address the elephant in the room, this little dot on my face. You can't look at me and not only see that. You know, you love it when you get a big blemish on the day that you're going on camera. You love when that happens. And I wish the story about this was interesting, but it's not. See, this morning I was cooking myself a little bit of bacon and cooking myself a little bit of eggs, making myself what most people would call a breakfast burrito. Folks, little word of advice. Do not, under any circumstances, lean in to sniff your bacon from less than, I will say, a foot away. Just saying, the grease don't like to stay in the pan, okay? The grease just don't like the pan. What can I say? Get a little pop of grease right on your face, turns into a little blister. You can't help but just poke at it, scratch at it, blow it up, turn it into this. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, folks? You just got to roll with it. Because here's the thing. If you can't stand looking at me for, I don't know, an hour on a Tuesday night with a little blemish on my face like this, then you don't deserve me when my face is clear. If you can't handle me at my burnt face, then you don't deserve me at my cherub-esque perfection, my cherub-esque perfect times. I'm cherub-esque. When I don't have this mustache, people say, wow, Brett, you're cherub-esque. Those ain't my words. Those are other people's words, not mine. It's not my words. I would never say that about myself. I'd have to hear it from somebody else. And then I'd have to say, oh, yeah, you know, you're right. I am cherub-esque. And do I say it a lot just because I like the way that it sounds? Sure. Feels good coming out of the mouth. But, you know, it's true as well. Man, if I cut my hair, cut it down to just a little sort of wispy baby's length, shaved off the old mustache, took the old glasses off, did this, I'd look just like a little cherub, a little baby cherub, a little Cupid, you could say. But I'll quit bragging, folks, about a hypothetical, because you ain't going to see me with short hair. You ain't going to see me with no mustache. You're only going to see Brett the Mite like this, in all his glory. And boy, is he glorious. It may seem like I'm really feeling myself today, folks. And it is true. For one very specific reason. I woke up this morning. You might be asking, Brett, you made yourself a breakfast. You must have been feeling great this morning. And it's true, folks, I was. And do you want to know why, folks? After months and months of living entirely separate lives, Bibi and I slept in the same bed last night, folks. That's right. First time in months, me and my wife shared a bed. Did anything happen? I ain't going to tell you here right now. I ain't going to tell you. You ain't never going to know. That is just for me and Bibi and the dog to know. No, I ain't going to. It's almost worse to leave it up in the air because a guy don't kiss and tell, okay? Me and Bibi didn't have sex or nothing. We just quietly laid in bed together. Okay? I ain't going to try to put it out there that I did anything, okay? We didn't do nothing. Sue me. Who cares? But no, I'm feeling pretty good. Okay? Things are back on track. I'm telling you this, we might have Bibi on the show sometime soon. Who knows? We'll see. For lots of reasons, she will still probably zoom in, and it's not because she still doesn't like being in the same room as me. And we only slept in the same room because it was cold for the first time last night, and the downstairs was so cold because the heat all rises to the second floor. That ain't why. That ain't why we slept in the same bed, okay? There wasn't a barrier of pillows between our two bodies. It was all by choice, okay? Not because of a broken heating system in the house. And I don't care who says that's the truth. It ain't true, okay? It ain't true. All right. Well, folks, I told you guys I was going to play outside in its entirety today because I've been practicing a lot for the last couple weeks. Let me get the old... Gotta get the old number machine here that's got the chords on it. Because I can read chords now, motherfuckers. I'm bad now. And I'm just going to play it. You know, we're going to try to get through the whole song. You know, I'm hoping this goes viral. I'm really searching for a viral hit these days, folks. Because it's the only way that you could really find success on the internet. Is if you go viral. So if you're feeling so inclined, clip this out, post it on the internet, make it go viral, tell all the TikTok kids or whatever that it's a funny joke. They'll love it. I don't even care if you make fun of me. Okay? You can make fun of me. I know I ain't that good at guitar, okay? But you can just make fun of me, and that'll be how I go viral. It's a big goof on me. I'm some piece of shit that nobody likes. That's fine. All right, let's see if we can do this, okay? I might get bored with it and not actually make it through the whole song, because it's a long song, people. It's like 4 verses and 3 choruses and a bridge, which is too much song, if you ask me. Pop songs are where it's at. 3.5 minutes, no longer, no shorter. But here we go. This is my favorite song ever written. This is a song called Outside by a band called Stained. Sounded good so far. Hitting all the chords. How clean. Listen how clean I'm playing it. Here it goes. And you bring me to my knees again. All the times that I could beg you, please, in vain. All the times that I felt insecure was for you. And I leave my burdens at the door. But I'm on the outside, I'm looking in. I can see through you, see your true colors. 'Cause inside you're ugly like me. I can see through you, see to the real you. All the times that I felt like this won't end is for you. And I taste what I could never have was for you. All the times that I tried my intentions full of pride, but I waste more time than anyone. Hang on. But I'm on the outside, I'm looking in. I can see through you, through you, see your true colors. 'Cause inside you're ugly like me. I could see through you, see to the real you. All the times I've cried, all this wasted, it's all inside. And I feel all this pain, stuffed it down, it's back again. And I lie here in bed, all alone. I can't mend, but I feel tomorrow will be okay. But I'm on the outside, I'm looking in. I can see through you, see your true colors. 'Cause inside you're ugly like me. I can see through you, see to the real you. There you go, folks. The crowd goes wild. The crowd goes freaking wild. We all know it. We all know it. Thank you so much for bearing with me, folks. I finally feel like I'm a real guitar player. You know, I ain't just a drummer no more. I'm a guitar player as well. I know that one song, and we'll play it all the time. That's how we do it. That's all we do. All right, folks. No time for the mailbag today because we got to get to Gemini, so I'm going to pop to a quick break. Next week, we'll get a couple mailbag questions in, but I'm going to jump to a quick break, get Gemini in here, and then we will have a nice little chat with Gemini. So just stick around for just a second. I will BRB. Oh yeah, folks. We're back. And I'm so incredibly excited for my guest today. Gemini Swift is honestly one of the most interesting people that I've ever met, and I'm really excited for you all to meet her. So without further ado, folks, please welcome my guest for today, Gemini Swift. Gemini, hey there, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Yeah, it's so good to see you. I know I ain't seen you in a while, with the lockdown and all that stuff. It's been a minute. You obviously, you just live around town. You're just I would like to call us friends. I feel like we haven't had enough time to just get to know each other. So it's nice to be able to do this right here on the show. So I'll ask you the same question I ask everybody who comes on the show. How you been, Gemini?
I've been doing great. I've been blessed. I've been very blessed. That's one thing about Gemini. She's very blessed.
That's great. I know it seems like every time I see you around town, you're always talking about your many blessings. Are you okay? Is everything going okay with your microphone?
My microphone turned off. I was trying to turn it back on, but it's fine. Here we are.
Honestly,
here we are.
It sounds beautiful in my ears. Okay,
wonderful.
So if you just want to do it without the mic, we don't even need the mic. Mics are just another thing that gets between us and connecting with the people around us. You know what I mean? So what's been going on, Gemini? I know last time I saw you said you've been doing better than you ever been doing before. Things have been going really well. You were a little non-specific about details. You were just like, let me get back to you. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna have a good download for you soon. So I'm glad we're getting to do this live on the show.
Yes, I am too. The more people that I can reach with the blessings that have been bestowed upon me, the more that I can share those blessings with the people, the better.
Yeah.
So this is just fortunate for you guys. Hi out there. Y'all about to get blessed, okay?
Now that's interesting. Gemini, is this some sort of religious thing? Are you have you newly found a religion or something? Because blessings are usually a thing that come from above or some people.
Yes, God can use us all. God uses us all. Like just how God used Mary's womb and we all pretend she wasn't a hoe. And she got pregnant, from God. I got pregnant from God in my wallet. So I'm very similar to Mary Magdalene. And I want to share that with you.
Hang on, we'll stop you real quick. You do know that Mary Magdalene and the Virgin Mary are not the same person, right?
What?
Yeah, so the Mary in the Bible, listen, I don't need to get into religion. There are two Marys in the Bible, and that's honestly, the stories.
No, there's only one Mary. There's only one Mary. Otherwise, they would have been like Mary B or Mary M. They only say Mary. It's one Mary, and she was a hoe, and she was also a virgin. This makes sense.
I think, maybe, and look, I'll never claim to be a super religious person, so maybe I am mistaken. So I won't fight you on this. Maybe Mary Magdalene and the Virgin Mary are the same person. I won't fight you on it, but that's a detail that is neither here nor there, as they say, right? That ain't what you're here for. We're here to talk about what's been going on. What's been going on for you? How did you come upon these many blessings?
It started with Community. I don't think, and not the TV show Community.
I was confused. I thought
not that, which I'm a 30 Rock fan, so I will fight a Community fan all day, every day.
Those two camps are at each other's throats. I'm saying, internet, calm down about the 30 Rock versus Community, okay?
It's a very real beef that is alive today. Seriously. I
really
keyed
is.
a woman's car the other day because she quoted Community at me.
Oh, that's I don't think you need to do that, Gemini. Look, it's not that you don't need to what's the word? Instigate new conflict, okay?
Oh, I didn't do that. God did that to her car, okay?
He worked through you, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
I was a vessel for the king, but that was God's will, If he didn't want her car to be keyed, then why was her car there and why I have a key? You gotta ask these questions. I
guess I don't live. I live such a sheltered life. I stay in my house with my wife and my kids mostly, so I don't have these experiences. So hearing this come out of your mouth, honestly, is enlightening to me. I had no idea that God was this sort of vindictive person.
You're welcome. God is very petty. I mean, come on. In the Bible, he's talking about like don't worship no false idols. And basically God was like, I'm that bitch. Everybody else is a false idol. So if you sucking up to that bitch, then you ain't really rolling with me. Like that's a quote. That's actually a quote. So
I've heard you say that quote before actually.
Yes, that is a quote from, the niggas who wrote the Bible. Anyway, so like I was saying, COVID almost blocked my blessings. It almost did. Because what I've been doing is community. I've been throwing parties. And, having people come together and commune, as you would say.
Exactly. And I'm so sorry that I couldn't come to the last one. I got the invite. Okay. It's honestly, for me, it's very difficult these days to be able to go out and not have be thinking about everything else that's going on in my life. Being around happy people is very difficult for me. So I tried to avoid any situation where I'm going to be around any feelings of joy because jealousy will set in and it'll be tough for me. So I just want to be upfront with you. I'm very interested, and again, that's why I'm glad that you're here, because I know you did a whole presentation while you at this last party that I heard from many people on social media that I gotta hear it. It's a game changer, life changing. Things will never be the same after I hear this thing. So this is huge for me.
Yeah, well, the thing is that, one, I don't want you to feel insecure about going to a party because you think you're going to be the only sad one there. You go to any party, there's always a sad person, always a sad person. You ask enough questions, you find the sad person, because people like to go to parties to escape. You know what I mean?
And so people at the party always know that the person that they're talking to is sad if they're the sad person, because I've operated on the assumption that maybe I can fly under the radar, but what you're saying is it's pretty hard to fly under the radar.
Normally you can, except for when I'm talking to people at parties, like I try to be really engaged. So, I come up to you and I'm like, hey, what's up, boo? When's the last time you cried? As my ice-breaking question, I can get to the sad
Very
people.
Deep icebreaker. When's the last time you cried? I mean, that cuts straight to the core.
Yeah.
So I understand.
I don't like to waste time. Like, are you sad or no?
Well, I'll say this. I have been sadder in the past, and I've been doing better recently because, my wife moved back into the house and the kids are back here. So we're getting back on our feet, so things aren't so bad right now. But so what are the sort of nuts and bolts of this sort of talk you gave? Because I'm very interested in
Well,
maybe.
It wasn't a talk. Like, that's why I wanted you to come. Because then you would have knew that it wasn't a talk, it was a conversation.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Because like a talk, it very much says like there's just one stream of communication.
Right. It's a one-way street.
A conversation that's happening between everybody in the room at the same time.
Okay. So yes. it's a group chat. It's not a TED talk. It's a TED hang.
There you go. More colloquial, more like every man. Yeah. So there are dinner parties, right?
Yeah.
And it's potluck. So when you first start coming to my dinner parties, you bring an appetizer because you're an appetizer girl, Then when you've come to the parties like a little bit longer, then you become like a main course.
Okay, so it's like you're dipping your toe in. The first time you bring an appetizer, and now does the quality of the appetizer affect whether or not you'll get invited to the next party? Because I've been
absolutely. If you don't bring enough appetizer for everyone, then you can't. So the appetizer is more of an idea. Like you don't actually have to bring food. You know what I mean? Like you can bring a VPN, Visa, MasterCard, American Express. You can bring cash. Okay. These can be appetizers.
So appetizer in this sense is just a first taste. It's a taste. And it's less literal in this case. It's like, so I'm sorry. So people come to your parties and they either bring food or they bring money. And now is this money to be donated or to buy?
You saying money, like that's crazy. I'm talking about appetizers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nobody
So
said anything about money, currency, none of that. Appetizers, okay? Then you got your main course, right? Then you got your desserts.
Okay.
right? And the desserts are at the top, they're at the end, right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
so they're just like receiving appetizers and main courses. And then if you're a good appetizer, you bring 8 amuse-bouches to the next dinner party.
And moose bouche, that's just a little bite, right? Those are little single
Mm-hmm.
bites. Okay.
To get
So
the palate,
yeah.
go.
Okay. Okay. So you start as an appetizer, and if your appetizer's good enough, you come back, you bring a moose bouches.
Yeah.
If
And that's how you move up to being main course. And then
Okay.
your amuse-bouches, if they bring 8 more amuse-bouches each with currency, then that's how it works. Yeah,
See,
it's a great dinner party.
Okay. So you told me not to stop talk about money, and then you just said the word currency. So I'm just confused because
Currency doesn't always relate with money.
I guess actually
There's a rapper called Currency.
That's
so
okay.
I could have been talking about bringing Currency, the rapper, to the party. You don't know what I'm talking. You know what I mean? Like you should have came. Like I invited you.
I know. It would have been so much less confusing if I had just been there and seen it happen. So okay, well maybe here let me pitch sort of my thought. If you were having a dinner party right now and I was invited, and if I was gonna bring, what do we think about a little pigs in a blanket, a little sausage wrapped in a biscuit? How do we feel about that as an appetizer? Is that a little too lowbrow? Are we talking about finger sandwiches?
We don't accept coins. Like change. So I'm assuming when you say that you're talking about roll quarters, that's not gonna be enough. That's not gonna be tasty to anybody.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I need to do more. So the first, my appetizer should be like a hearty salad, like a salad that's got some protein in there. Maybe a little sort of Southwest chicken flavor kind of salad with a little something crunchy in there, some big leafy greens. Okay. Okay. No leafy greens. What'd you say?
I said
Moldy greens? Uh-oh. I think we might have lost audio. And on this very important piece of information. Who knows? It could be moldy greens. It could be... Oh, there you're back. You're back. I think you're back. Oh, maybe not. Mostly greens. Oh. Uh-oh. It's charades now. We're doing charades? Is it, I think it might be this may be a connection issue. It might be an internet issue. Just keep talking. Let me see if I can hear you. Oh. This is what happened. Oh. Hello? It's a little bit scratchy.
Oh.
It's a little scratchy.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Oh no. I'm sorry. The devil is getting involved.
The devil's okay. I think the devil is involved in the internet. Is what Gemini just said. The devil is taking over the internet. It's okay. Hey, you know what? This is the beauty.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Take your time. Honestly, this is the first time I've ever had this issue on the show. So honestly, I ain't even worried about it. We're pretty chill. How You Been's a very chill show. So don't even worry about it. Well, take all the time that you need. It's no big deal. It is. This probably is because I did not go to your party. The devil is sort of coming into the thing.
It's very crazy. I don't know how the devil took over my internet.
The devil is all over the inside of your computer right now, it seems. Uh-oh.
And that's not my fault, I'm supposed to operate from a place of
Oh no, I can't.
and money.
I still can't hear you. Oh no. If you need, maybe try. You could close out the call and then just join back in and see if that works.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? if you want to just close out of the call, why don't you just try closing out of the call and then coming back in and see if that works. Yeah. Just do a little reboot. It's okay, folks. This is what happens with live streaming. You never know what's going to happen. You can't know. You can never know. You just don't know what's going to happen. But it's fine because we can roll with the punches, folks, because it don't even matter. Nothing matters. I'm going to send Gemini an email real quick because I don't think that she can hear me when I'm trying to talk. Full froze now. Fully frozen here. We'll go full screen on me real quick while we figure this out. I'm going to just tell her to try restarting Zoom. And that should work. Well, I'm so intrigued now. I'm so freaking intrigued. So these appetizers, we got to do an appetizer. Go to the dinner party if people like it. People like the appetizer, you do the amuse-bouche. If they do the what happens then? What freaking happens? Of course, we're so excited to have another opportunity to see the burn mark on my cheek. Go full screen so we can see the burn mark again. It's perfect. Everything's fine and good. Here, maybe what we could do here. How about this? While we're waiting for Gemini to get back on the old call, maybe I will dip into the mailbag here and see. Oh wait, hang on. Here we go. Gemini's back. Here we go. Let's see. Gemini, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Gemini?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're back and you're crystal clear.
Oh, yes. I just had to take a short moment to talk to my internet service provider.
Okay.
It turns out that my internet it's so crazy. My internet was paid for with a stolen credit card, which I was like, that's crazy.
No, that's
very crazy.
So do you not, you don't pay for your internet yourself? Somebody else takes care of it or?
I mean, I do things to get internet for sure.
Oh,
I
okay.
do things to get internet.
Like
yeah.
bartering. It's like is it a bartering situation? You do so somebody screwed you over there. Somebody paid your bill and paid it with a stolen credit card.
Somebody stopped payment on a credit card that I use.
Don't they realize that reflects very poorly on you? That's not fair.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
Thank you. I will contact the person, but I don't know who they are. So, you win some, you lose some. So.
Okay. So you don't know. Oh, so this is like an anonymous situation where you don't know the person.
A benefactor, some would say. Sometimes people drop things and I find them,
Okay.
and I get blessed, because God is working. When a wallet falls out of a man's pocket, that's the Lord's work.
Okay.
For me to pick it up and pay for my Comcast internet service plan with it.
Okay. So you don't even try to find a person. You just assume that the card is for you now?
Well, I looked left and I looked right.
I guess you did your due diligence. I mean, what more can you do? I mean, what are you going to do? Call the bank, find the person's address? That feels almost creepier than just,
That's invasive. That's a lot, If that person wanted to be found, they would have showed up on my doorstep. That makes sense. So since they didn't, I thought it was a blessing for me to pay my Comcast.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you just confidently said it makes sense, I have no reason to argue. Because I agree, it does make sense. If they had wanted their card, they wouldn't have lost it. B,
that part,
they would have sought it out if they lost it. So I'm not one to rag on anybody's racket. Okay, we all got to do what we got to do to get by, and if praying for blessings from God is what we got to do, and it works out for you, then I ain't gonna scream at you. I ain't gonna call you anything other than an entrepreneur, because it's a tough life out there. So, and I'm sure this person would appreciate it, knowing that they were able to to help you out for a month. I know I would if I found out that somebody who needed it was using my money for good instead of evil.
Absolutely. And I am an entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur.
Okay. So now this is in my brain, the definition of a serial entrepreneur is somebody who just is an idea machine. Just an idea machine that's just like, I got ideas and I'm executing them and I'm making money off of them. So that's, you're one of those.
Yeah. And it's like anywhere can be employment. Anywhere can be a job. Anywhere that you go, okay? I go to the grocery store and I wring out my own bags sometimes. Now, people get paid to wring the bags out, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not getting paid, right? But I'm an employee technically because I am bringing up my own stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
So then I, may wring, a steak as, 3 peanuts. And that's fine because that's my employee discount because I work there technically.
No, I understand that because I do feel like, listen, I've ranted about it before in an old episode of the show. I think this push for self-service is no good, okay? That's why we pay people to do jobs, okay? If all of a sudden they're offloading all the responsibility on me, it's like when I go to a Korean barbecue place and they drop the raw meat on the table, I look at the guy, I'm like, what are you doing? There's the grill's here, do it, okay? And then I'm going and I'm paying $45 for a meal while I'm on vacation with my kids? No way. If I'm cooking my food, I'm getting it for free, is how I feel. So hey, Gemini, I'm absolutely on the same page as you. If I'm in the grocery store, I'm throwing stuff in the bottom of the cart. Yeah, I'm throwing stuff in the bottom of the cart, acting like I didn't see it. That's my employee discount. Oh, I'm using that from now on. If I ever get caught, I'm using that. That's my employee discount. I rung up my own groceries. So that's my employee discount.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I know I was shaking my head the whole time when you talked about Korean barbecue, but I absolutely do not agree with you at all because that is a cultural experience. And, I may stand behind a lot of things, but not that. I like to cook my own Korean barbecue how they intended it for it to be made.
Oh, okay. So you're paying for the experience. And I understand that. It's just, and also, I'll be honest with you, as a guy who loves a grill, I mean, it is fun for me. I just think it's pretty exorbitantly priced, considering I'm doing most of the work. But it is great. Every time I've ever been, I've enjoyed it, and the experience is wonderful. So you are right, though. You are right. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we should get back to this dinner party situation, because I was trying to piece it together in my head while you were dealing with your internet service provider. It's interesting because from what I understand, if your appetizer is good enough, you bring in the amuse-bouches. If your amuse-bouche is good, I'm assuming you then move on to entree. And now, what is the sort of benefit for people who make it to this entree level? You still have to create and serve a dish? Is there even?
But your dish is like smaller. You don't have to bring any amuse-bouches. You don't have to, you know what I mean? You don't have to bring anything else because it's kind of like you have to bring the first 3 meals when you start. And then when you get to the entree, you're just bringing the entree. And then when you get to dessert, you just bring yourself, okay? And the dessert is there for you. Yeah.
And now who's bringing the dessert then? Is there dedicated dessert providers or?
Well, I mean, like I am the dessert. When you know what I mean? Like I've worked my way up to being dessert. So whenever I have a party, I don't have to bring anything. I just host in my house and, I leave with around $17,000.
Okay. So your dessert here in this scenario is not actually food in any capacity.
No, it is. I'm delicious.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be pushing any unnecessary boundaries here, but when you say people, I don't want to say it. What this sounds like this sounds like a sort of sex cult situation. Is that what we're looking at here?
Oh wow, no, that would be very hard to have a sex cult because money is very dirty and even though it does make me horny, I've never wanted to place money on my genitals. I've never wanted to do that.
Okay, I think you sort of created that image on your own. That was.
I don't know. People might be out there flicking their beans with quarters. I don't know what people do, okay? I know about the Bible, I know about my dinner parties, and I know about being blessed.
Okay, and let me just quality of food wise. Like how much money would you say the average attendant for one of these dinner parties is spending? Are we talking filet mignon for the entrees, or are we talking cube steak and like roasted potatoes?
I I don't really understand your metaphor. Like, it's very confusing to me, to be honest. I would just say, like, when you start as an amuse bouche, you bring $50 worth of amuse bouche.
Okay. Things are starting to become clear for me. I feel as though you're speaking in coded language, where in your case, appetizer, amuse bouche, entree are just are codes for amounts of money. And so it sounds like what you're pitching to me is some sort of scam or I hate to use the term, a pyramid scheme where you as dessert are taking in money from many. I don't mean to offend you, by the way, Gemini. I'm just calling it like I see it and hoping that
I'm currently being offended on, but continue. I'll let you finish.
What separates this situation from, a more traditional pyramid scheme like your Lululemons, or not Lululemon, what are the leggings things that BB was trying to sell for 10 years and unloaded 3,000 different products into our garage that we ended up having to throw away? There's something with an L, and it's leggings that people sell, or like the what's they called? The essential oils. LuLaRoe is what it was. We had 3,000 things from LuLaRoe in the garage for a couple years. It sounds very similar to me, where you're inviting people to your home. They bring a little bit of money to start with, but that little bit of money turns into more money. And then the people below, you're looking at me very inquisitively here, Gemini. It almost seems like what I'm saying doesn't make sense to you, but what I'm describing feels almost beat for beat what you're doing, but using food as code language.
Wow. I just want to start off by saying, wow.
Okay.
And secondly, the names of the things that you've mentioned, I'm pretty sure those things are against the law.
The practices, yes, and multi-level marketing schemes.
I don't participate in crimes.
Okay. That's a great declaration to hear you say. I appreciate that.
I don't speak in coded language. My language is as coded as the Bible, okay? Very straightforward. Just like God said, don't be sucking off no other deities but me. Mm-hmm. That, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like I'm keeping it straight shooter.
Yeah.
I'm throwing dinner parties where people eat. We have assorted crackers and cheeses. And I'm not talking gas station, okay? I'm talking about cheeses that you get. Like, if you was watching Supermarket Sweep, like, these cheeses would be like, you would throw 5 in your basket for sure, because you would want your price to go up. You get where I'm going with this?
They're expensive crackers.
Yes. Okay. Expensive cheeses.
Okay.
And also wines, okay? Our wines come from locations.
They come from locations. Now that's okay.
I'm not just serving nobody no local hooch, okay? Every wine come from a location.
Okay, so I didn't know that wines. One of the selling points of some wines was that they came from locations. Wow.
Well, obviously you don't really dabble, like you need to step your palate up.
Truer words have never been spoken, Gemini. I have the palate of a 7-year-old. That's what everybody tells me. So it's you're not wrong about that. But
at 7, I was excellent at tasting wine. So I mean, but you might be a different type of 7-year-old.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, so what I'm doing at dinner, it's not what do you call them? Triangle parties? What'd you say?
I suppose triangle.
You said trapezoid. What?
I suppose triangle party would be a good name for it too, but it's essentially the idea that that benefits flow only upwards and not downwards in a sort of marketing scheme where you are incentivized to get other people in below you to funnel income upwards towards the top, which in the way that you described it is you're you're the tippy top of the pyramid, and then there's the entrees below you here's what could separate it from a pyramid scheme. Okay, I'm going to give you this is what could separate it. Are entrees incentivized in any way to invite more appetizers and amuse-bouches, and are those people underneath them also incentivized to invite more people to the next party? So are you asking these people to invite more people to the parties?
Well, let me ask you this. One, I just want to say for the record, I have never touched clay. I have never built any pyramids. Okay, I haven't even been to Egypt, so I think that this whole pyramid scheme thing should just be like tossed.
Okay.
But I want to say, like, when's the last time that you had a meal where you stacked all your food on top of one another? Like when you stacked all your food up.
Never.
You never did that in your life.
Never done that.
So,
I've never done that.
Throwing that out.
Okay.
Lastly, we do not incentivize anyone to come to our parties and to participate in our dinner. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, people are hungry. And so hunger is the motivation to keep coming to dinner and to bring 8 $50 amuse-bouches.
And so, okay. So you just promise me.
We're all trying to eat good.
Hey, don't you know it? I am with you on that. I'm trying to eat good all day long, every single day. And so I guess I would just need assurances that there's no sort of expectation of a financial commitment beyond these dinner parties. And I guess the thing that I'm still kind of confused about is you keep putting a number value onto these amuse-bouches and the entrees, and I'll let you know that the amount of shifting you're doing sort of back and forth to me doesn't read as somebody who is completely above board. It feels a little bit like you're physically dodging, and I don't mean to be an interrogator, okay? Like I said, if this is what you got to do, it's what you got to do. I just might not want to get involved personally.
I mean, the last time I checked on your career, you weren't a cop, but you do have to tell me if you are a police.
I'm not. I am not, and I never would be.
Okay.
I am not, and I never would be. I have no interest in doing the job. I think it's a bad job, and I would never want to do it. Okay, I work at a hardware store. I'm just a guy who's trying to make his wife and kids happy every day of his goddamn life, and it doesn't always work out. And so that's all.
Sounds really hard for you.
It's tough.
How many wives and how many children do you have? And are they gonna come to my dinner party? Just because RSVPs or whatever.
I have one wife. Wife, and I have 3 children. I don't necessarily think the kids. Actually, honestly, my youngest.
Have you seen TikTok? The kids are making dishes every day. Bring the kids.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this. Honestly, my youngest was the life of the Halloween party that we went to last year. Held the beer pong table for the whole night. For folks who have been watching the show, that's something that came up in an episode a few weeks ago. So I mean, maybe my youngest would have a blast. I guess I would want to know what the expectations were, and I want to make sure that that if I show up with my wife and my kids, and my kids got some baked macaroni and cheese or whatever, if there's not gonna be somebody standing there with their palm out saying, okay, you brought the mac and cheese, but where's the real mac and cheese, if you know what I mean. I'm just worried.
Well, I mean, first of all, don't be worried, okay? Because, God got you, just like how he got me,
Okay.
And I think that your family sounds amazing. They sound like a $250 family. That's the only way I can think of to describe that.
Okay.
Just like a
Okay.
compliment. Like you guys, yeah, I know people keep it 100, but you guys are keeping it 250. You know what I mean? That's
Okay.
even more. That's over what, twice 100. So, so y'all just need to bring each of y'all $50 of a moose
Okay.
bouche.
Okay.
We also take Venmo of moose bouches.
Okay. Okay, so it is clear to me now that you are saying amuse bouche, but you just mean $50 in whatever form or fashion.
I'm just trying to hear you, because what I'm hearing, it sounds crazy. So I'm trying to like get better reception, so maybe it won't sound so crazy. So far, you sound like a conspiracy theorist. I'm a little worried about you since I last saw you. You've been in the house too long. Are you doing Quaker Oats? What's it called? QAnon, Quaker Oats. You know what I'm talking about.
I am not a QAnon Quaker Oats person. Okay, everybody knows.
Take the hat off.
Yeah, no, yeah, we're not.
Put the dicky, take it off.
Okay,
QAnon
QAnon is a conspiracy. That's all about Quaker Oats. We all know that. We don't need to get into it here. It's honestly shocking how often conspiracy theories come up on this show. I think it's really true that it's really in everybody's brain these days. I swear I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I honestly, I think I'm the opposite of conspiracy theorists. I think that I'm the kind of person who just will believe whatever the hell the government tells me, and I won't even try to push beyond it. So any conspiracy theory could be true, but I ain't got time for it in my little pea-sized brain, is all I'll say. So that ain't me. You got to know, I'm just a dumb guy who's trying to make his wife and kids happy and failing at it most days out of the 365 in a year. So it's just the way that it is.
Well, if you come to my dinner party, excuse me, you could, every now and then 365 becomes 366. This could be a leap year where you actually get it popping for your family, and y'all gonna spend time together at the party.
That is true.
Meeting lots of people that I am definitely at least acquainted with, and you're gonna have a great time.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, Gemini. I'm not gonna completely poo-poo the idea of doing this someday. Okay? I think I might need a little bit of time to sit with it. And quite honestly, the idea of going to a party right now, in the current state of affairs in the world with the COVID and all that kind of stuff.
Well, we do them outside now too. Okay. I was actually on a March for Freedom the other day, and I realized this is the perfect venue to have dinner parties. So
wow.
Lots of people walking by.
So you co-opted a sort of peaceful protest in order to do a dinner party?
I did.
Wow.
I just attached myself to their permits. You know what I mean? So we get out there, we fight for justice, and we're also fighting, to become desserts.
Wow. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm gonna really take this into consideration, Gemini, because I think I owe you that. I don't think that I'm going to give you a straight answer right now on whether or not I'll be at the next one. But I tell you this, if you send me the invite to my email address for the show, I will absolutely consider it. I'll talk to BB and the kids and see if they're interested. I think it's going to be a tough sell, but I'm leaving the possibility open of me to come and be an appetizer at one of your parties. And that's
amazing.
Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough.
Yeah, it's absolutely good enough. So I'm gonna send you the link to the party, and all you need to do is RSVP with $50 for each member of your family that's coming, and then everything. Then you talk to your family. Y'all decide if the risk is worth it after you RSVP. Y'all decide if you really want to do this. Because we don't want to pressure you, but I do want to hold your spot.
Right.
No
so
refund.
we should reserve the spot with the deposit, you could say, and then make a game time decision when the time comes. I think I will take you up on that, Gemini. I guess I could find the cash here at some point.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you gotta make a quick decision. Oh, one second. Hello. Oh, the party is selling out like crazy? Oh, what? Oh my God. No, I was talking to my friend, my old friend. I haven't
Okay.
seen him in forever. I was gonna bring him and his little family. They're a little weird or whatever. But I
Gemini,
was gonna get them a spot.
Gemini,
Oh.
I could see the screen on your phone, and I could see that there wasn't anybody on the other line there. I could see that it was a. Listen,
I was definitely on a phone call. And that was so rude. Now they hung up. Hello? They're gone.
Gemini, I'm very sorry, but honestly, you don't have to do any of that. Listen, I'm no stranger to pretending to sell somebody on something. I did it literally just last week with some toilets at the hardware store, where I put on a whole show to try to sell people toilets. Okay, so I get it. Okay. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna go to the website right now. Here, in fact, I'm gonna click the RSVP right now. You sent me the link. I'm gonna click on it right now. It says right here, RSVP, my name, Brett DeMott. All right, my deposit, which is, it says here that I need to put my routing number in.
That's so it can route it.
Okay, and then it's asking for the last 4 digits of my social security number. Okay. Are you sure there's no other way that I could do this? I could just Venmo you or no, this is the only way. Okay, well,
This is the only way. And this way you know it's secure because it's basically like the government.
okay, well, all right. I guess I'll do it. So, 2224.
And it's a great icebreaker, like, because we put like the last 4 of your social on your name card, and then everybody's like, "What's up,
wow.
227?"
Oh, that's good. Then you can really get to know somebody. Maybe do a government background check on them.
Oh, that's what you're into.
Yeah. All right. Well, Gemini, I guess I'll fill this out and I'll RSVP, and then I'll talk to the wife and kids about doing this. So yeah, you'll be hearing from me soon.
Oh, I just got 100 texts. Oh my God, I can't even type this fast. I got 100. Have you ever got 100 texts at one time? Oh my God.
I have not. I barely get one at a time.
So, you know, I'm going to try to keep your spot.
You're not even hitting where the keyboard would be. You're not even hitting where the keyboard would be.
I'm responding to all the texts right now, okay? It's crazy.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, if you want to get in, you hurry up.
Gemini, I will do that. Gemini, it's been great chatting with you. I'm going to let you go here because it looks like you got a lot of text messages to respond to. But it was great chatting with you, and hopefully I'll see you at one of your dinner parties real soon.
Hopefully. Come get blessed.
All right. Gemini, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
All right. Have a good one. Oh, my goodness, folks. Well, there you have it. Gemini Swift with an invite to the dinner party. I'll finish my little invite here, my RSVP. Mother's maiden name. Okay, see, it's asking questions that I've been tricked on before, so I might have to do this later. I don't want to do it on stream. I might accidentally say information out loud that I didn't mean to reveal. Folks, Gemini was asking for it, so I don't need to. I think I'll leave it where it is with her. I like to take donations for every episode that I can send to my guests for their time, and obviously Gemini is in need of a little bit of cash to at least pay for her internet service provider bill. So if you guys could, please throw a couple bucks in the donation pot down below. There's a link below to donate. There's also a link in the chat now. I believe you can put ! Donate into the chat, and a link will come up. You can click to donate a couple bucks. Even just a buck would help. Also, following the channel, subscribing to the channel, all that helps as well. We're trying to get this show off the ground on the old live stream platform. So if you could, please throw a couple bucks in the pot. Follow the channel, subscribe to the channel if you can't. I really appreciate it. And yeah, even just a buck in the pot is appreciated. But folks, thank you all so very much for watching. Next week, I got a hell of a guest next week, folks. I'm telling you now. I'll be honest with you. I actually could not be any more excited for my guest next week than I currently am for my guest next week. So please make sure you are here. It's going to be a really good time. Same time, same place, twitch.tv/itsjonmackey. Tune in to John, my producer's stream on Friday night, and he's going to announce who the guest is. But yeah, it's going to be a really great show, and I appreciate everybody watching today. Appreciate you indulging me on playing Outside in its entirety. I might one of these weeks I might do a little request drive where people can put requests in for what songs I'm going to learn next. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. And again, if you can, throw a couple bucks in the pot so that I can pay Gemini for her time on the show. And folks, I'll tell you this. There's nothing I love more than doing this show, and I appreciate every single person who comes here and watches it every week. It's a real bright spot in a pretty dark and terrible time in a moment in our current history. So keeping this on my calendar is truly special. Thank you all so much for being here. I know I've said it 1,000 times, but I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you next week. And until then, Brett out.